Chicken here, bring you another Boom Beach video. In today's video, guys, we're going to be going over some of the basics for farming up power powder. So, I'm going to do a bit of a disclaimer, I guess. For the more like hardcore Boom Beach players, you're probably, well, you're most definitely going to know all this stuff. So, just a little disclaimer, guys. This is going to be more for casual players, maybe people that are just coming in after all the hero update hype and stuff like that. So, the first thing, guys, probably one of the most important things about farming up power powder is to always do Dr. Terror. So Dr. Terror is, I think, one of the only ways in the game that we can actually get guaranteed crystals. And of course, everyone knows the crystals just equal more power powder. So that's kind of how I look at it, I guess, is when I'm, like, say when I'm boosting and doing like a map clear or something. If I boost like between 1 and 3 statues, which we'll get into in a minute, then as long as I get 3 crystals out of that map clear, then I look at that as just evening out, more or less. So always do every Dr. Terrence, guys. That's going to be probably the most important, because getting those guaranteed crystals, they do add up over time, especially because we have so many Dr. T's over the week. There's 4 of them, right? So 4 times 2, if my math is correct here, is 8 free crystals. So that's pretty crazy. And the next one is always try to get, if you're not super active, you don't really have to be that active, but always try to get your daily chest and your supply chest. The supply chest only takes 5 stars, so that's only 2 player bases and 1 NPC base, or 5 NPC bases if you're really lazy about it. Oh, we might have a chicken sneeze here in a sec, guys, just bear with us. Okay, maybe not, it's holding in. You'll see we have the chicken green screen back up today. Okay, Sneeze, what's going on? Are you coming out or staying in? Make up your mind. Okay, I think it's staying in, guys. So let's get the Zukas going out like this. And, yeah, so always try to get your supply chest and your daily chest if you can. Like I said, it's really not that difficult to get the supply chest, and the daily chest, you literally just have to log on. And you should always, in my opinion, even regardless of what stage you're at in the game, like what level you are, you should always take stones as the reward. Because everything else is relatively easy to get, and the diamonds that you can get from the boxes, unless you're like chicken and you're constantly gemming your troop load times, and I mainly do that for videos, so most people probably shouldn't need that many diamonds, and you don't really, like, it doesn't really make a huge impact, the diamonds you get. So I would say always pick stones, even if the only time you shouldn't is if you're about to log off and you need a couple more extra resources to do an upgrade. That would be the only situation I would say where you should take the rewards over the power stones. In every other situation, take the power stones because they're harder to come by. What you do in the end game, like later on once you're maxed out and stuff, like a big part of it depends on how much power powder you have, whether you want to do a VP push, a task force push. If you just like, say you don't even like task forces and you just like seeing how far you can get on the mega crab, like so much of the stuff in the game depends on how much power powder that you can save up. So if you can get a head start on that early on, and this is kind of going to go into my next point here, but if you can get a head start on that early on by just selecting the power stones as your reward whenever you can, then you're going to be better off. And the next point is, you probably don't need to start off in a super hardcore task force that requires you to boost every single operation, especially when you're just starting out the game or like a mid-level. Just do a task force that you definitely want to find a task force that does daily operations, but you don't necessarily need one that that does really high level operations. You want to find one that has enough people in it that you don't have to boost all the time, so you can save up. You can use your power powder more for clearing your map and stuff rather than just doing operations. And that way, you're still gonna get a good bit of experience from doing like practicing all Zuka hits and stuff like that, and just practicing how to do operations and stuff. And then I think that's going to be the better way to do it, and then you're going to be able to farm more power powder along the way, and also you're going to be able to work on your statues more because you're likely going to get more stones because you're going to be putting more time into just clearing your map and getting more stones, thus making more statues. And then it's kind of more of a grinding way, but I mean, you should be grinding when you're a lower level, right? Before you get like completely maxed out. It's just a different approach to it. You can do it however you want. Just in the chicken's opinion, I think this is like the optimal way to go about like picking like farming up your power powder and how you should go about doing that. But yeah, I think that would be the best way because then you're in a really good spot. you'll get your perfect statues a little faster, and with that you'll get a little bit more power powder, and you'll just be in a better position overall. So we'll go ahead like this, guys, and we'll get that going out like that. We'll get a couple medkits down like this, and we'll get stage 5 going up like that. So with the trader, this isn't necessarily, it doesn't necessarily affect power powder, but it kind of does. You should always oh, Clash Clans notification there, guys. You should always try to trade in life crystals and blue crystals and whatever for offensive crystals, because you're not going to need, the only statues you're going to need at the end of the game are most likely going to be the offensive ones. Like, most people will never get rid of a perfect GB, a perfect troop damage, or maybe they'll swap out a perfect troop health, depending on if they want to get like really super into task forces or whatever. But yeah, typically if people even put out ice, they will typically get rid of it at some point, so it's not like as important to keep your ice statues as it would be to do everything you can to get that perfect GBE, do everything you can to get that perfect troop damage, so then you can play the game longer with those, and it's going to be a little bit easier, and it's going to be more fun too. Okay, so yeah, so just optimizing your trader, your trader tradings, just by making sure that you do everything that you can to get the red crystals and the purple crystals when those come up, and exchanging your life crystals and your blue crystals for them, because those aren't going to be as valuable as you go on later into the game. Okay, so we got the Zookas rolling up like this, guys. Back. We might lose a couple. Okay, no, we'll stay nice and tight. Nice and tight. I should have double smoked there, but I think we'll be able to get them all under one smoke here. I might have to suck them up a little bit closer to the middle. Okay, I should have done that a little earlier, but that's fine. We'll get Brick going out like this, and next we'll go like that. Bang, bang. Get some medkits out, and that should go down, guys. So when you're first starting out, when you're a mid-level, low-level, whatever, like I said before, you should probably try to find a casual task force that's, you can just do operation hits unboosted for the most part. And like I said, just kind of build up your practice with operations and not having to boost all the time. It's going to be easier, and you're not going to get as burnt out on the game as well. And then for general map clearing, this is something that I've just been kind of doing lately, is just boosting your masterpiece statues. And I know this might sound like pretty basic, but it actually, like, I used to always, whenever I was going to boost, I would just boost up 10, which is obviously stupid if you're trying to save power powder, but you don't really need, especially for player bases, if you're like under 1,000 VP, you don't really need, that was a waste of artillery, you don't really need to have like a massive boost. Like, you can mostly do all your player bases unboosted if you know what you're doing, and the only reason, the only real reason that you would need to boost even would just be to save your troops and do it faster. So that's kind of the chicken's take on that, guys. So definitely let me know down in the comments if you guys have more tips and tricks for farming up power powder that the chicken missed. Okay, let's actually move them up a little bit closer here, guys. I don't like where the spread was going to go from there. Okay, we'll go something like this, and we got 56 GB, so we should be fine here to finish this out, guys. We'll go 1, 2, 3. Couple med kits down like that. Back. 1, 2, and 3 shots on the HQ, guys. Boom. Stage 7 goes down. Back. So we got the green screen kind of fixed, guys. I know the chicken's glowing like I have some sort of radiation thing. Maybe we're turning into the Hulk. I want to give a big shout out to our newest Patreon supporter, and that is going to be what's the guy's name? I think I actually have it pulled up here. It's such a hard name to pronounce. Ephizmok, that's what I'm going to say. So I apologize. Sorry, man, for butchering your name. But big shout out to Ephizmok, guys. He's up in the chicken banner. And also big shout out to the commenter of the day. Whoever that was, it was somebody. You saw him in the banner. He said something funny about, okay, chicken, let's just wrap this up. So that's going to wrap it up for the video today, guys. Make sure to let me know down in the comments all your tips and tricks for farming up power powders and stuff. Oh, and whoever said in the comments to show some task force stuff, we're going to get into that later on. So, I show that a lot in my live stream, so you can go back and watch those. It should be in there. So that's going to wrap it up for the video today, guys. Make sure to leave a like if you found it interesting, entertaining, or informative. And we'll see you in the next one, guys. Chicken out. So just a quick reminder about my Patreon page, guys. At patreon.com/thechicken, for $1 a month, you can get your name in the chicken banner for the duration of the month. For $2 a month, you can get your name in the chicken banner, and you get to write your own personal message. And this new cool thing that I'm doing, a lot of people have been asking me, a lot of people always ask me how to start their YouTube channel and to help them out with it and stuff. So if you pledge me at the YouTube shoutout tier, then what I'm going to do is, for every single video that I make, I'm going to give your channel a shout out at in every single video. So what this is going to do is, not only is it going to bring an influx of people to see your channel, but it's also going to bring in people that specifically like Supercell content, Boom Beach, Clash Clans, Clash Royale, whatever it may be. So I thought this would be a great idea to just let you guys know that this is available, and I think it could really help some people out if you're looking to do that. And as always, guys, thanks for watching.